Welcome to the Accountancy Learning AAT sample paper debriefs. In this video, I'll take you through the Level 3 Accounting, Financial Accounting, Sample Paper 1, Task 4. So the first question then is to identify whether the following transactions would result in an increase in the capital of a business. So drawings of £40 were taken from the business by the owner. So that actually means money's coming out of the business by the owner. So therefore, there would be no increase in capital. The business made a loss during the period, so this would not increase the capital, only a profit will increase capital. There was an injection of capital by the owner, so yes, that would increase it. They've put more capital into the business. And the owner transferred their personal laptop into the business. So they're transferring an asset in, so therefore it would increase the capital of the business. Now we need to identify whether the following statements are true or false. So a credit balance on a partner's current account means that the partner has drawn out more than their share of the profits. So look at this from the business perspective. So a credit balance would mean that that partner's current account is a liability of the business. The business owes them. So therefore, it would make this statement false. For them to have drawn out more than their fair share of profits, it would need to be a debit balance. The finance by section of a partnership statement of financial position includes the balances of the partner's capital accounts and current accounts. So that is true. Both of those show in the finance by section. Now for the next question, we are given the trial balance of Imran and Nancy, who run in hotels as a partnership. So here's their trial balance as at the 31st of March X8. Now the question is asking us to complete the statement of profit or loss for the year ending the 31st of March 20X8. It gives us some directions by making sure we show to the nearest whole pound. Profit figures should be shown as a positive and losses as a negative using a minus sign, but every other figure should be shown as a positive. So we're looking at the statement of profit or loss. So if we look at the TB, we can go through and identify which items are going to show on our statement of profit or loss. So the bank is an asset, so that's on your financial position. Your capital will be on your statement of financial position. Now the carriage inwards is going to be part of cost of sales. So that's going to be on our statement of profit or loss. And carriage outwards is the cost of sending things to our customers. So that's also going to be on the statement of profit or loss. The cash is an asset. The current accounts will also be on financial position. And then we'll have the closing inventory, which is on both. It will show on our statement of profit or loss as part of our cost of sales. Depreciation charges, they're an expense, so that will be profit or loss. Discounts received is a form of income. The drawings is statement of financial position. Irrecoverable debts, now they're an expense to the business, so that will be on the statement of profit or loss. Motor vehicles, there are assets, so that's financial position. Your opening inventory is part of cost of sales. Other expenses will show on profit or loss. The payables ledger control account is the liability account of what we owe our suppliers. Prepayments show on the statement of financial position. Our purchases will be on our statement of profit or loss. Receivables ledger control is financial position. And then we've got our sales revenue on statement of profit or loss. So now we've got all of these figures and we know which ones we're going to put into the profit or loss, we can now start completing the extract here. So it already gives us a sales revenue here, so that one's already ticked off. So now we need to work out the cost of sales. So for that, we're going to have opening inventory and that was a figure of 9,290. We're going to add on our purchases of 213,050 and the carriage charges, so carriage inwards of 240, and then we take off our closing inventory £7,701. And remember, the question says that everything should be positive unless we come up with a loss. So even though we take that off, we still leave it as a positive. That gives us total cost of sales of 214,870. And now we can work out the gross profit. So we'll take that off of our revenue to give 1,438,210 gross profit. Now to that profit, we're going to add in any other kind of income. So we had the discounts received. And that was 570. Now we're going to take off all the expenses. So we had carriage outwards, cost of sending to customers. We had the depreciation charges. We've got irrecoverable debts. And other expenses. So the exam will have auto summed that for you. And now you need to work out whether there's a profit or loss. So we've got the gross profit here. We're going to add on the discounts received and take off our total expenses, which gives us a profit. So we'll show it as a positive of £77,203. So take this type of task step by step, identify from the TB what you need to include, and then go through each one and then work out profit or loss at the end. We're now given some information about the partnership between Imran and Nancy. We're told that the profit for the year ending 31st March X9 is 79,030. We've got a profit sharing ratio of 60-40, and we've got some commission figures here for them both, as well as the interest on capital and drawings. So we now need to complete the appropriation account for the year ending the 31st of March X9. So we're showing to the nearest whole pound, positive figures, and make sure we enter 0 if any figure is 0. So the profit for the year is already put in for us. So what do we need to add on? So the first thing we're going to do is add on interest on drawings. And you can see they've got 141 and 41 Imran to Nancy. And that will total automatically in the exam. We haven't got anything else that we need to add to the profit, but we do now need to take a few things off. So interest on capital now. So this time we've got £10,525 for each of them. And again, that will have auto summed. But we've also got to pay them commission. So that's going to come out of our profit as well. And the commission figures were up here. And again, do the auto sum. So now you can calculate the profit that's available for distribution. So we're adding on interest on drawings and taking off the interest on capital and commission to give us a new total of 30,878. So now we've got to work out the profit share. So it was 60% Imran, 40% Nancy. So we will times that by our new profit figure. And then we'll get our final figures for each of them. And again, the auto sum in the exam will then show that the profit distributed is the same as the profit that was available. That now completes task 4.